Hey, it's me, Crazy Rebecca, Dances with Pitbulls. It's been a hot minute since you saw me do some fabric bundles for sale, but today is the day. I have a helper. Tina, give me your hands. Yeah, she's gonna help me write stuff down and take bundles away. And we have a little helper too named Scuttles. I'll put his picture in here. Okay. Anyway, we're starting with everybody's favorite, regular neutral bundles. And I have 12 of those. There's at least 25 pieces of fabric in here, I promise. And I also promise that they go well with any other neutral bundles that I have offered in the past. But I cannot make things exactly the same every time. When you use secondhand fabrics, it is just not possible to do them exactly the same every time. But my neutral bundles will always go with each other. So even if you want to make 3 king-size quilts and you buy 3 different sets of bundles, they will all go together. So that is number 1. She's taking them away and putting them in a box. These are Boho Darks. Can you see all the shine? I think Miss Marilyn already snagged some of these. So I only have 6 left. Okay, and after this main part of the video, I will have video clips showing what's in almost every bundle. I cannot guarantee that I have a clip of every single bundle. I know I have this clip. I know I have the neutrals clip. So just look in the description box, and if you're interested in one certain bundle, you click on that, the name of it, and it will take you straight to that part. So these are $20 a piece, just like the other ones. Free shipping if you buy 3, $5 flat shipping if you buy 2 or 1. This I did not see coming for myself. Pink and yellow. Totally not me, but somebody requested it. And once I started doing it, I really liked it. Believe it or not. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8 pink and yellow. A lot of these. Nope, that's different. Okay. Still have a lot. Okay. This is based on, let me see if I can find it. There it is. This fabric. It's brown or teal and green and a wee bit of gold and black. Teal and black. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. And these are really, really pretty. I had in mind to do a sample, but I didn't get around to it. So there are 10 teal black. See, it's got just a little bit of gold. Okay, the quilt that my boss has, it's brown and blue. These are loosely based on that. So, as you can tell, there's blue and brown and teal. And they just look really classy. And this was kind of my inspiration, this butterfly fabric. It's got some shiny bits and some vintage bits. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. He's okay. He's okay. These are Steampunk. I have a whole separate video.
Those are pretty.
Where I take you from cutting the fabric to rolling the fabric. And yeah. So I'm going to release that video after this video. But as you can see, it's brown, black, just, it's steampunk, yeah. And it's got metal bits in it, and there's 12 of them. So who needs steampunk, man? There's 12 of those. Ooh, making them. Oh, I wish I knew where my roller thing was. If you see it, holler at me. Oh well, it is what it is, right? These are, well, this is almost empty, so. This is different for me. It's silvers and grays. You could pair it with some yellow, but I think this color combo, this is like popular. I don't know about decoration. I'd go for boho Victorian, so gray's not in my wheelhouse, but I have 2, 4, 6, 8 of those if you need them. $20 a piece. Okay. These chunky bundles are black, white, and silver. And yeah, I have a feeling there's more than 25 pieces in there. I cut them so long ago, I can't quite remember. But they're very fancy. They're very shiny. And this would make a modern looking quilt, or wall hanging, or pillow. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Still $20 a piece. These are pastels. Now, these look smaller than those other ones, but it's because the fabric is it's thinner fabric. It's satins and what have you. So the old pastel bundles, I have quite a few of those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pastel bundles. These are some of my favorites in this group. These are Boho Brights. And there's all kinds of fancy, like embroidered stuff. This is a velvet. They're just fabulous. I swear, they're fabulous. I only have 5 of those because I sold one already. 5 Boho Brights. $20. Everybody's favorite. Crybaby Blues. All different shades of blue. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 Crybaby Blues. Check the description box if you want to see what's exactly in each of these bundles. These are bundles from my last release. Now, to see the videos for these, you will have to go back to the previous fabric release. I will put the little thing up here, and I will put it in the description box. These are light green. Whoops, why do I not center that? I don't know. Why don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light green bundles. Still have room for those over there. These are burgundy and gold. So very shiny, definitely very shiny. And I think these are fabulous. I have 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. This is purple, black, and teal. I only have 3 of those left. This is very Amish looking. Not this sparkle stuff. I don't think the Amish should wear that sparkle stuff, but the color palette. The color palette is very Amish, okay? I have 2 December holidays, traditional. I have 4 mostly dark green. No, mixed, I'm sorry, mixed greens. Yeah, because, yeah, that's definitely not dark. Neither is that. So it's mixed greens. If you need nature, this is nature. Nature in a bundle right there.
4 of them.
4 of those. Please don't be scared of this next bundle. I think people are scared because of this.
Looks like Grinch.
It is a Grinch. It's the Grinch. I have 6 Grinch bundles. I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do samples out of one of them. So let's say I only have 5. Okay, because I'm going to sew this bundle up and show you how cool it is. And no, I haven't learned the entire Grinch song yet, so just leave me alone, okay? So, that's Grinch. Okay, all the previous bundles were $20. We're moving into something a little different, a little more involved. Okay, I am calling these Boho Neutrals. Okay, there's more in them. Obviously, look how big they are. And you're gonna love it. These are, I'll never be able to get these again. These fabrics, and there's embroidered stuff and shiny stuff and lacy stuff, and this is vintage. These will be totally impossible to duplicate. That way, I have 6 of these. So not only do you get a giant bundle of boho neutral fabrics, you're going to get a bag of trims to go with it. So these are $35. The bundle's bigger and you get a bag of trims. I promise I have 6 bags of trims. So that is that. I absolutely love those bundles. And look, you get like, look what you get. Beads and motifs and buttons and threads and lace and all kinds of stuff. Okay. I don't have the bundle. I don't have the trims made for these, but you will get a pack of trim with these also. These are blue and green. And look at the shiny goodness you get with these bundles. They are awesome. blue and green. This is $35, and you get a bag of trims with them. See, this is going to motivate me to go downstairs and get the trims and get them in bags, because now I have promised you that you're going to get trims with this. Okay, I said I would do it, and I did it. Blue and green trim bags. I got a little bit of white on the flat black pearls that Marilyn gave me. Can you see the bag of beads? Let me pull it out. So, get this with the blue-green bundles, $35. Da 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 da. Hello, we're gonna roll a basic neutral bundle. When I do my neutrals, I guarantee any other neutral bundle, even though they will never be exactly the same, each set is, it's, you know, like if I have 12, those 12 are all the same. But the next time I cut them, there are going to be variances. But I guarantee that they all will work together because they're neutral and they just will, okay? So our first piece is a tablecloth. It has some patterning texture to it. It's kind of plain, but it's very pretty, and it'll work good in a crazy quilt. You can embroider these things on it. This was a chair cover, I think. Probably be seeing a lot of that because I bought like 4 of them. Not sure what this was, but I know it's got some whiskers. It's kind of a taupey goldish machine embroidery on there. This was a tablecloth from the picker. I think it came from a wedding reception. How fun is that? Some lining fabric. This is sheer. You could layer it. I think this was a tablecloth. I love these. Love, love, love. This was a dress. I know that. The really plain ones were dresses this time. This is eyelet lace, eyelet cotton. That was yardage from the Idea store. Just trying to keep the whiskers off. Okay, this was a dress. Another tablecloth. Tablecloths are great. If you go to the thrift store, look at the linens. Please, please look at the linens. This was a napkin. Now look at the patterning on that. It's very fabulous. Not sure what that was, but I like it. This is another piece of the tablecloth. Sometimes you get doubles. This is kind of a burlap, but not scratchy like burlap. So is there a kinder, gentler burlap? That's what this is. This was a dress. I want to trim this up a bit. I don't like them sticking out of the ends of my bundles. And I'm going to turn that like so. This was definitely a tablecloth. I think my friend Pam gave me that. This is flannel back satin. I think I got that at the Idea store. It's got some little bumps on it because it's been sitting on this silk. The silk with pearls on it. I love that too. Another tablecloth. This was a skirt that I got high mileage out of. This was a pillow cover. I'm not sure what that was. I'm thinking maybe tablecloth. This was just yardage from the Idea store. This is a napkin. It's got embroidery with gold on it. Machine embroidery, but still. And I think this was yardage from the Idea store. 25 pieces. And oh, get to the end then. That is a basic neutral bundle. I will always be able to cut neutral bundles. They just always will not be exactly the same. Because let me tell you, I got neutrals. Do you have neutrals, Rebecca? Yes. Why, yes, I do. Thank you for asking. Hi, Marilyn. I'm going to give you first crack at these brown bundles. Brown and black darks. I wanted you to see why this wasn't big enough. First piece hangs all, and I can't, yeah, I could do this. But it's just, it's too little. But it's very handy for smaller things. So you get an animal print. And I've been using these, and oh my gosh, they have changed my life. They have changed my life. This was a dress that I wanted so bad to wear, but it was ripped at the seams, and you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that. Trim up to keep them from sticking out too far on the ends. This was an ethnic, it was made in India, but it looks the outfit looked African. It's cotton. This was a really expensive dress I got at the free store. This is yardage. I might have got that at Walmart. This was a blouse that I cried because it wouldn't fit me, because it was way cool. See, it had this ruching on it, on the sleeves and the, yeah. Yes, I literally cried because it would not fit. Very piratey looking. Brown satin, kind of vintagey. That was yardage probably from the Idea store. This, I have a picker. Do you know what that is? People that find stuff for you. And as he was trying to gain my, what do you call that? He wanted my business. He gave me that. This was from a prom dress. No, actually a little girl's dress. A tween's dress. But look at that. More satin. I think that's from Walmart also. I bought a whole bolt of that once. This was a tablecloth. I adore this. This is kind of, it's like a lame on a polyester or something. This was a LuLaRoe dress, and it had yards and yards and yards of fabric in the skirt, which I wanted it to fit me. It was just made funky, and it didn't look good, and if it don't look good, I'm not wearing it. This was a skirt. Could use either side of that. This was a fancy top. I need to bring this down a wee. This was a tablecloth. Doesn't that look like Texan or something? It looks like leather. This was a dress. Definitely very shiny. I've had to use this a lot. It's lace with gold, brown with gold. This was a prom dress. It's stretchy, so be careful with it. This was my, hold on. This was my Goodwill find that one time. Yards and yards. This was really fun. I almost wish I hadn't cut it, because I could have rocked this. It was a long cardigan. But, oh well. Oh well. Some black stretch, or brown stretch velvet. Vintage satin. They've got little holes in it like they were punched. I don't know what happened there. Black lace with silver. This was a really high-end hoodie. Okay, I need to trim that. I got two more pieces. Here they are. No, here's another one. Okay. This was a dress. It's definitely very shiny. We have this. And there's one more. I've lost it. I hate when that happens. Here it is. This stuff. You have to really be careful with it, but it's cool. Like, just barely. And he's still sticking out. Get in there. My stomach's growling. always hungry. Always hungry I am. So I have 12. Take one or take them all. It's up to you. Or take none. Or take those and a bunch of other stuff. Love you. Bye. Okay, this bundle is totally out of my comfort zone, but I ended up really liking it. It is bright pinks and yellows. We start with some lining fabric. And I just need to trim the edge. This is from a silk shirt, so every piece could possibly be a little bit wonky because I had to cut it differently to have enough for every bundle. I believe this was a curtain. This is a two-sided satin. This is an embroidered t-shirt. Look how pretty that is. We have some metallic lace. This has embroidery. I put 2 pieces because some pieces are bigger, some are smaller. So I put 2 pieces with embroidery of that. This is an eyelet cotton. It's pretty funky. I really like it. I believe this was lining satin also. And while I like it wrinkled, for you, I am going to iron it. And you can wrinkle it back up if that's how you like it. That's lining fabric. This was from a little girl's dress. It has glitter. This is a corduroy, thin corduroy. This was a scarf. I can't tell. I don't like it sticking very far out of the edge because it gets messy. Like I care about messy. Like who am I trying to fool, right? Okay. This has butterflies on it. This was a napkin or a placemat, and I just been cutting this off to make it fit. I got a whole pile of them here. I got this at the Harbor House thrift store. I got yardage of it, so I don't know what it is, but it is way cool. And I think I put two pieces of that because I had so much of it. And it was just the right color. This was a dress, and it has, whoops. It has embroidery on it, like a rayon machine embroidery. This piece was a dress, and I cut it a little bit too wide. So instead of trimming it, I'm just folding it in half like that. This was a skirt, so it has seams. So either take it apart like that or just use it as you see fit. This is yardage. I have so much of this. I need to make a dress or something. I need to make a steampunk dress, a pink steampunk dress. Totally untraditional. Okay, this was also a scarf. It's very gauzy. You can layer it or just use it as is. You may want to hit it with some spray starch to get it to behave. Okay, I put another piece of this in because I had a lot of that too. This was a tie-dyed scarf. So every bundle has a nice piece of that. Here's the second piece of that. Kind of looks like linen, but I'm not sure because when you get things secondhand, there's not a tag. This is lining fabric, pale lining fabric. And last but not least, from a jacket. But check out the cool patterning on that. So there's approximately 25 pieces, as in all my bundles, sometimes more, but never less. The pink and yellow bundle. Like I said, out of my comfort zone, but I totally dig it now. Am I going to make a pink and yellow quilt? No. Do I like looking at them? Yes. Okay. I can do this. I've done it 1,000 times. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, this is a mostly teal. I will show you the inspiration fabric when I come to it. So we have a teal satin. This was a dress. Going up this way. Probably polyester rayon. This is a really fabulous crushed velvet. It's stretchy, be careful with it. Looks like the price tag was here, so, or something was there, so you'll have to work with that. This was a dress I bought in St. Louis. I really wanted it to look good on my granddaughter, and ew, it didn't. You know how that goes? This I got at the Idea store. I love it. So there's teal, there's black, there's a little bit of gold. Here's the other gold piece. That was a tablecloth. This was a lining fabric. This is from a dress. It's very textural. This was a fabulous prom dress. It can stretch, so be careful. This is a lovely teal silk from a shirt. Ooh, slamming my iron around. This is a black satin from a prom dress. This also was a prom dress. It is vintage. It is discolored a little bit. Think of it as a bonus, not as a flaw. It's a bonus. This was a little girl's dress. Please don't hate me. Okay, here is the inspiration fabric. So it's teal, it's got some blue, it's got some gold, it's got some black, it's got some green. I wanted that dress to fit me so bad. And like the dress for my granddaughter, didn't work out. Didn't work out. You know what happens when it doesn't work out? Scissors time. A jacket. Look at that. Here's a little bit of lighter blue to set off things. Some lighter teal, bluish, greenish. This is a crushed stretch velvet. Need to find more of that for real. This is a lining fabric. This is like an upholstery weight or curtain weight. It's attracting lint, so where's my, I don't know where my lint roller is. This was a blouse. It's like a burnout type of something, but it's fabulous. This was an overlay on a dress. It's the darkest of blue, a turquoisey blue. Teal lining fabric. It's got a seam. You'll have to work with it. Another crushed, or not a crushed velvet, but another stretch velvet. This was actually a long dress. Almost fit me, but almost is not good enough. I think there are 26 pieces in this. Okay, I don't like how that rolled. Okay. I'm a professional, but look what happens. I want this sticking out more. Okay. Let's try her again. Okay, it still didn't work. Okay. When it doesn't work twice, it's time to give up. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you're going to be that way, bundle, I will make you work. Crazy Quilt fabric drama with Rebecca. Don't let your bundles boss you around, okay? You are the boss. You are the boss of your bundles. Ta-da! I got it on the outside like I wanted it. You are the boss of your bundles. Do not forget that. Okay, this is a brown and blue bundle. These are the same colors that I used in the quilt that my boss has. Insert picture here. We're going to start with this vintage satin. It's got some age spots and some fading, and personally that makes me love it more. This was my inspiration fabric. I mean, I knew I had done a quilt in these colors, but when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I have to do that. I have to do the brown and turquoise again. This was a blouse. This is double-sided. This side is hard to iron, so I don't know. Use your best judgment. This was that dress that did not fit me. I had a sad over that because it was beautiful. This was my LuLaRoe dress. The gift that keeps on giving. I paid $5 for it at the flea market. And I tried it on when I got home, and it just, nope, it's not going to work. But yeah, it's got that. In case you ain't seen it 100 times already. Okay, more faux suede or whatever. Not faux suede. Peach skin, something like that. This is a good velvet. It was a shirt, and I did wear it, I think. But the style is too boxy. More. You get 2 pieces of this. I am going to give that a quick trim because it's bugging me. This is the Texas tablecloth. That's what it is in my mind, the Texas tablecloth. This is really vintage and really pretty, and I'm gonna be sad when I run out. Vintage lining fabric. This was part of a prom dress, and you could actually use either side. Twofer. This was kinda, it's like a velour, but it has the teal and the brown, and I'm like, when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, actually, I'm gonna grab that. I got it at the Idea store. And that's how I kind of decided how many bundles to make, was by how many I got out of that fabric. Okay, this was a blouse, and it's got some texture, but the pieces were kind of small, so I'm putting 2 pieces on that one. The never-ending brown lace with gold. The never-ending fabric from Colorado. This was a impulse buy at the thrift store when I found out the clothes were 75% off. I was like, wait a minute, I think I saw something I need. This was a silk dress. This was a napkin or something from the free store, but I like the colors in it. I've used that quite a bit. I think that's all I have left of that. Here is this shiny stuff. Do not hit it with the iron. You have to figure it out. Figure it out. It's so hard. Somebody reminded me that I was singing Linkin Park, and I never did learn that song. This is gorgeous. Silk. This was it stretches. It was a jacket. I just put those others on there and didn't tell you what they were, but you could see them. So they're all polyester, whatever. And a great big piece of this. Shiny, 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 shiny. Beautiful. I got to thinking about something else and then just started laying that fabric down there like I did that whole pile. Uh-oh. I had to start over. So this is the brown and tealish, bluish, turquoise-ish bundle. think I had 26 pieces. All right. Okay, these are the Steampunk bundles. There's either 25 or 26 fabrics. Look at my shiny fabric. It's stretchy, be careful with it. This is brown with gold. That was actually a LuLaRoe skirt or dress that I desperately wanted to wear. But, you know, this is Black Flourishes. To me, steampunk is black, brown, and metallics. It can be other colors, but I like the black, brown, and metallic. Okay. This was a tablecloth. And I don't know why, but it reminds me of cowboy, like Texas or something. This is definitely very shiny. Definitely very shiny. Put some of this in. This is from that skirt I got in my recent haul. I just adore these colors together. This was a skirt. It's stretchy. It's kind of a gunmetal gray. This has gold. I can't really tell which is the right side. I guess it doesn't matter. This was a scarf. And it's a little stretchy. You're going to have to double that. I mean, not double it. Layer it with another piece of fabric. I'm folding it in half, putting it on there. This was a sample or something. I got it at the idea store. This is some flannel back satin. Maybe not flannel back, but I don't know what it's called, but this is the Payne's Gray. It's got some circles in it. This was the edge of a skirt. These are metal beads. This was a scarf. It will need layered with something, possibly. This is vintage lining fabric. Love, love, love. This is another piece of that skirt. These beads might need flattened out, but they are metal. Actually, I'm going to do this one. This is like a faux suede or peach skin, and it's double-sided, so you could use either side. Two different color. Just realized I talked about all these fabrics in my, I'm doing a special video where I shopped and I cut and I separated, and now I'm rolled have rolled all these fabrics, these steampunk fabrics. So this is black cotton. This is brown lace with gold. I've had this forever. Soon I will run out of it. This was like a dress or a camise that I got at Goodwill. This section, this segment will be in 2 different videos. This is also two-sided, and it's like, I want to call what, moleskin, peach skin, I don't know. This is black, crepey, kind of something. This was a scarf. I used a lot of scarves this time. Ombre's down into a lighter. This is a lining fabric. I love this. And I love this color. And last but not least, this was a shirt. And I need to trim up that seam. So I think, oh man, I wanted a little more of this to stick out. Oh, that's about the same. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. The Steampunk bundle. Okay, this is a newish color for me. It's grays. Gray, silver. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Kind of a flannel back satin. This is a polyester. There are 25 pieces. Not sure what this is. It was a skirt. So you have options with it to iron it out flat or use it as is. This is a lining fabric. Now this bundle is a little smaller, so it will be less. This is embroidered. This is the back side. This too is embroidered. This is the back side. I got those in St. Louis. This was a pillow sham. A sham, I say. This is some of the last bits of this silvery, where's my scissors? Silvery goodness. Didn't need the scissors after all there. Satin. More satin, like a lining fabric. This would look good with yellow, and I might do some silver gray yellow bundles. That is wool, dyed in the wool. This is a darker silver lame. This is like a cotton sateen. That's probably polyester, but I'm not sure how to describe it. I think it was a skirt or something. I don't know. I am going to trim this side up. This is a lighter silver lame. Be careful with it. This was a prom dress. It's stretchy, so be careful with it. More of that cotton sateen because I didn't have enough grays to do a whole bundle. This was an expensive 80s suit. That somebody at the thrift store really liked, therefore they marked it really high, but I got it for $1. This is that prom dress that is totally two-sided. Use whatever side you like. More satin. This is a heavier, it could have been a moire, but it's not. But it's got that texture. Another piece of wool. A vintage lining fabric. I know that came from the Idea store. And finally, a big, beautiful bridesmaid's dress, or some kind of Dave's bridal dress. So if you like trendy colors, gray and silver are trendy, I say. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I haven't done this colorway in quite a while. It is black, white, and silver. So we have a piece of silver satin, silver gray. I don't know. This one's definitely gray, silver. That's a little stretchy. Be careful with it. This I love. Black and white daisies, flowers. This is a tablecloth from a wedding. Where'd my scissors go? They're over here. Clean that up. This was a funky pillowcase. Almost kept that for myself. But you can't keep them all. Silver lame. Be careful with it. Hit it really quick. Kind of netting, stretchy. It's got like sequins on it. This was a high-end hoodie. Who doesn't love a high-end hoodie? This was kind of my inspiration fabric. So it's sparkly, it's white, it's black, it's got silver sparkles. I love this one, Flourish, black Flourish. This is black, white, and silver silk Dupioni. I know that because it had a tag. Yardage, I believe I must have got that either at Goodwill or the Idea store. This is a different kind of, what do you call that? I don't even know. There's a couple of them in here. This was a dress. It's very textural. This was a skirt, has embroidery on it. This was that shirt that I wish would have fit me. I'm always whining about the clothes that don't fit me because they're cool and I want them, but no. That's that thing again. Those feel really good. Plain black satin. Okay, this is cute. This is a black and white lace. So you could use that over black or over white. Actually, I'm going to put it upside down. This was a skirt I actually wore a couple times before I outgrew it. Before the elves stitched it closer together in my closet and I couldn't wear it anymore. Black lining fabric. This is cotton. I think this came from Kitty. It's got Eiffel Tower on it. This is a silk from a skirt that I did wear also. That's more of a cream, but you can make it work. It'll be fine. This was a dress I wish fit me. Here's another one of those. I just don't, it's some kind of lace maybe on netting. It's on netting. This is eyelet. This was from the expensive two-piece suit from maybe Salvation Army. This was a dress I loved, but kept snagging my bracelets and stuff, so I taught it a lesson. Now it's in my bundles. I can't remember where I got this, but I love it. There, and last but not least, a darker shade of Lame. Whoa. Okay. feel like I must be out of practice rolling these. Okay. Black, white, and silver. Fabulous. Okay, these are pastels, which are not my favorite, but that's okay, because if they're your favorite, that's okay. Green. It's a bright pastel, okay? There's a few brights, but not many. This is an eyelet cotton in another bright. This is shiny polyester with sequins. This is, it had markings on some of them, like a red stamp with either Chinese or Japanese writing on it. So I'm going to say, I don't know if it's silk, but it's nice, and I think it's vintage. This thing has glitter. We have a pink moire. Okay. A lavender satin. Not a shiny satin. This is a shiny satin in a different type of lavender. I guess that other one, this one's more like periwinkle. This is a vintage double knit. Can't you just see your great grandma wearing a pantsuit made out of that? Or your grandma. I guess since I'm a grandma, I don't want to say grandma, but my grandma, yeah. This is like a rayon. Pink satin, pale pink. Pale blue satin. I don't know what this is. It's probably lining fabric, but it's got some texture to it. And a long whisker that needs to go. This is one of my favorite pieces in this. It's heavier. It's vintage. It's blue. It's fabulous. This is a newer, off of a prom dress. Oops, meant to do that. This is a green. It is a satin, but it's very lightweight. It could be a lining fabric. This is a lining fabric. This is vintage, I can tell. Vintage has a certain feel, a look. This was a curtain, so it's different. You can use either side. I'm going to trim this up. Big old yellow lining fabric. Has some where it was sewn, some marks. This was a bodice on a Dave's bridal, mother of the bride dress. Actually, let me get rid of this. Okay. It's very shiny. This is a polyester double knit. Also grandma worthy. Green. I think that was an overlay fabric actually on a dress. On the fancy. This was the overlay for the skirt. This was a tablecloth. I really like that. Yellow lining. This was a tablecloth 100 million years ago. Oops. This is embroidered with some pastel-y colors. And this is from an 80s or 90s peach blouse. I believe there are 26 or 27 pieces in this. There you go, a pastel bundle. This is a very limited edition of Bohemian Brights. We start with the sparkly green cotton. I don't know if you mind that. It kind of bugs me, so off with its head, off with its feet. Okay, this is very vintage. It's not exactly bright, but it is kind of bohemian looking. Maybe you can get it to iron out a little flatter. Must have been folded for a very long time. Very, very long time. We have a bright yellow satin. This is going to be important. Actually, let's go ahead and pull this. So, kind of base some of my choices on this. That's a cotton. It's a really cute blouse. Didn't fit. If I've cut something up, it's because it didn't fit or it didn't look good. Pink. Satin. That's probably from the Idea store. This is a tablecloth. This is very vintage. The pieces might have some age spots on them. This was a way cool jacket. Texture, I say. Definitely texture. This was a scarf. I mean, seriously, how bohemian is that? Why, Rebecca, it's very, very bohemian. Yes, I know, thank you. The ends need a little pressy press. Can't see me, but trust me, they do. I can't tell the right side from the wrong. I think this is the wrong side, so the right side goes down. This is fancy. This is way fancy, but be careful with it. This too is fancy. Got some whiskers. This is a vintage crepe satin. Excuse me. This too was a tablecloth, very bohemian looking. This was from Joann Fabrics. I just thought it went. Don't you think it goes? Uh-oh. I don't know what that was, but I meant to do it. This. It's like a burnout velvet, but look at those colors. You guys. Wish that would have fit me. This was a blouse. Very 80s, but cool as heck. And perfect for this bundle. Perfect, I say. Beautiful blue silk. Okay, this was also on that blouse. This was the hem, like a flounce, what do you call that, peplum. So I thought, well, why not? Got some purple, fancy. Might be almost out of that. Some pink crepe satin. This was on an Indian garment, East Indian. Love that. I know this fabric was in my original Bohemian bundles. This for some contrast. This is vintage. Okay, this bothers me. It's gonna hang over. This was on a really cool top. It was kind of, looked kind of like a poncho, but with, you know, they sewed it so there were sleeves, but it didn't fit. But I bought it thinking, well, if it doesn't fit, I can cut that trim off the edge. Okay, this was from Mona. That dress fit one of my legs, remember? And this is a vintage tablecloth, and look how cool that is. So that is the Bohemian Brights. Very limited edition. At this point, I only have 5. So, let's see, where'd my thing go? I got it. I cannot accurately reproduce these. I can kind of reproduce them, but only kind of. Thank you. Everybody's favorite, Crybaby Blues. Gotta remember how I did this. Oh dear. I don't know. This one could be wonky. We got a vintage satin with some weirdness on it. The whole piece of fabric was like that. This is, I don't know, textural blue. It helps if you turn your iron on. Okay. Hopefully, I know what I'm doing. This is the never-ending blue fabric, teal blue. I got that in Colorado. I have been gone from Colorado for over 10 years. If that tells you how old it is. This was the darkest of blue from a prom dress. I think this is vintage. I don't have any basis for thinking that other than just because. This is the darkest of blue lining fabric. This is gorgeous. It's really blue and really dark. I can't remember how many pieces are in this. I think it's like 26. Moire. Crepe back satin. This is fabulous. Got that at the Idea store. A nice dark blue satin. Satins are shiny on one side and rough on the other. This is shiny. It's a dress that I almost kept. This was yardage from the Idea store. A brocade flourish. This, somebody was making a wizard robe or something. This was a giant piece of fabric. It's got paisleys in it. Nice turquoisey blue. Really pretty. This was the overlay of a dress. You see the shine on it? It's got like glitter sparkles. This was from the fabric that, hey, Panu gave me, my Indian friend. So I'm not sure what it actually is made of, because they were like fat quarters or something. Not fat quarters, but something like that. This is a pale blue lining satin. This was a scarf. Whoops. Look how pretty. So I've been putting that like that. This is a piece of cotton with gold stars. And I just know this is vintage too. I don't know how I know. It's faded. It looks vintage. It looks, therefore it is. Is that my motto? This is a rayon polyester blend. I thought it was silk. Read the tag. It was not silk. Rayon polyester. Rayon polyester blend. This was from the camise. This was a lining fabric for it. This is beautiful, and I will cry when it's all gone. It's vintage. This was the camise. It has a greenish, like right there. It's got a little bit of greenish in it. It's really pretty. And a velvet. So I need my this. And whoops, that's all gone. Don't worry, I have another one. Crybaby blues. They're awesome. Okay, this is a very special bundle. This is new. It's called Bohemian Neutrals. And it's very textural and it's quite chunky. And I hope you like it. Okay, we have layers, eyelet, lace, pin tucks. I gotta try to remember how I did this because it's been laying on my table for a while. Gold. Either side. So I tried to pick fabrics that had something going on in them. They had to be neutral. They had to have something going on. Lace. This is kind of a burnout. Could actually use either side of that too. This is from a vintage pillowcase. This is a, it's like linen, but I'm not quite sure if it is. Just noticed my fingernails. Yeah, you know, I've been outside. This is reversible. Okay, this next piece, this is what inspired me. This is all hand embroidered. It was, I think they call it a camise, but it did not fit me. It's not the right color for me anyway, but look at that. And I said, I need to do a bundle that highlights this kind of stuff. So you're getting a piece of that. This is probably a tablecloth. This is kind of, I don't know if it's burlap or what, but there is a piece of burlap in here somewhere. This is the plainest thing you'll see. It's a flannel backed satin. Did I put that in twice? Nope. It's kind of the same but different. This sweater, I tried to wear it. Becky Milburn tried to wear it. It wasn't meant to be, but it is gorgeous. Keep that to the middle. Stretchy knit, but I love this. This is a tablecloth. Okay, this also inspired me. It was a skirt, but look at the diamonds. It's got embroidery and diamonds. What is not to love? Okay, this is the real burlap. This was part of a wedding decoration. This is reversible. I believe that could have been part of a pillowcase. I wasn't counting, but I know there's more than 25 pieces in here. This was also from a wedding, a tablecloth. Actually, no, I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave that seam, or hem, I should say. This is tablecloth. I love this. This was a dress. Definitely very sparkly. This also was a camise. We have a lot of ethnic people in Champaign. This is not crocheted, but it looks crocheted, but it's machine made. This I cried because it wouldn't fit me. But you know what happens to things that don't fit? This was a blouse. And finally, very shiny paisley. Let me get the whiskers off of that. I gotta grab my this. Okay, these are chunky. Chunky and hairy for some reason. Oh. Uh-oh, I gotta tuck that better. Oh, this way. So these are going to be a little bit more because they're special fabrics and they're chunky. So I will let you know how much these are. Okay, this is a blue-green mega bundle. This is the fabric my friend gave me. I think this would be great for some under the sea stuff. Under the sea. Under the sea. Look at my shininess. This is kind of wonky. You just cut it, work with it, whatever. Okay, this is a teal, bluish green. I've left the hem on and it has a seam. This is from the camise. Can you see that little green threads in it? I love it. Love, love, love. This is from the vest from the thrift store. I'm gonna take this off. This is blue velvet. Some watery looking sage green. This is a scarf. This also looks like water to me. It's a funky shape, so I folded it in half. So green lining satin. The Never Ending fabric from Colorado. Someday it'll be gone and I'll be sad. This is some textural. This is fabulous. Look at that. Fabulous. Hunter green silk. I got a thing for hunter green. Sounds like a adventurous guy, Mr. Hunter Green. This is some fabulous lace. It's kind of odd shape. It's from a sleeve, so. Another Hunter Green. This is really pretty. Brocadey. Darkest of blue. Green. Really? I just put that back on. I just put it back on. All right, I give up. This is shiny. Just have to go to the pawn shop and find me another silver bracelet. That's all there is to it. Okay, this was in that box bag my boss got me. I guess it's a polyester. I don't want to call it a double knit. At first I thought that's what it was, but I think it's something else. It's another scarf. Look at those waves. Look. I'm going to the thrift store again. I'm going to look for more of those. The moire in the lightest of green. The palest of green. A textural, I don't know, but it's blue and green. A sagey moire. This, hello, this is watery looking too, don't you think? This is from the Indian camise that did not fit me, of course. And look at this. Somebody gave me that, and it has served me well. This was the lining fabric in the camise. This is some vintage satin with some fading on it because it's secondhand. And you know, this is shiny green plaid. This is fabulous. Look at the batik. I love it. Love, love, love. This is from the camise, and it has topaz on it. Little topaz crystals. So pretty. And this from a dress that I tried to squeeze into several times. Was not working. This netting has beads on it. So put that up there. There are approximately 32 pieces of fabric in this. And they are all beautiful. Have it blue and green. So very pretty. So very pretty.